Sup guys, today I'm going to be doing a review of Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. So we'll head on into that now. It's made by Ubisoft. It's a RPG style game with a aspect of tower defense. So it's quite a bit of fun. We'll load it up now and get straight into it. So in this game you've got the archer who is sitting here in front of you. You also have the knight, and if you pay a lot extra you can unlock the mage. So this is basically your home screen. From here we'll move to the defense aspect of the game first. So this is my castle. You'll start off with, I believe, a 3-roomed castle. You've got your treasure room here, which is where you have all your buildings, and of course your loot. So this is where an enemy player will try to get to the end of your castle to steal, I believe, 30% of your loot. So you really don't want that to happen. And as an offensive player, this is where you'll start off within the game. You'll start off in the starting area, and you'll move through a series of monsters and traps to try and reach the end of the castle. Now, monsters have a spawn zone which have a total defense rating of 20, and each monster you get has a special defense rating. So if we go into the monster panel, like a Cyclops has a defense rating of 6, and something a lot more powerful such as Mr. Feisley has a defense rating of 28, and then you have elite creatures which have quite a high defense rating, but not as high as the bosses, of course. And in here you also have traps. Now all the things that you summon are purchased with things called crystals, and you collect them by looting other castles and also completing objectives. Now everything else to do with your hero, such as weapons and armor, bought with coins, as well as upgrading buildings. Now each creature has a specific ability that you can use. This guy ranges from defense, super attack, and regaining life on stealing life on death to resurrect himself. And this guy can raise undead, heal, and send those around him into a frenzy. So you'll find that some combinations work brilliantly and others fail. So after a bit of toying around with that, you can have a lot of fun. There's also another interesting aspect with these defense circles, is once one creature within them has been activated, the entire circle will activate, so they'll all run towards the player. So you can do tricks such as I've done here, using little 1 defense required minions to pull larger minions towards the unexpected hero. Now I'll switch over into attack, and I'll give you a preview of both the knight and the archer. So here we have the different zones depending on your level in which you can go into. You of course start off in the 1 to 4 zone and work your way through. And they add new zones every couple of weeks, I believe. So we'll just do a nice easy one for a preview. Should plow through this pretty quick. So you have specific skills using 1 through 2, 3, as well as left click and right click, and potions as well. So each type of weapon you collect has a specific ability. Like the axe will attack one person with a heavy blow, whereas things such as a broadsword will attack multiple opponents in front of you. You also have skills, like I just used then, that deal damage to multiple enemies, or ones like this which do a lot of damage to a single enemy. So you can find a good combination of skills to your liking, and yeah, you generally have a lot of fun plowing through this game, stealing other people's loot, just mucking around, getting your castle to be the best, of course, and looting as many others as you can. It's basically the whole point of this game, in a dungeon crawler aspect. So you also have ultimate skills like the one I just used then, which deals a lot of damage to multiple surroundings but has a very large cooldown, and of course a very large mana cost. So you'll find different enemies have, of course, different HPs, and some require different kinds of strategies to take out. And some are much easier with different players. So the archer is much better at taking out all these large health melee players, whereas the knight can plow through small enemies like they're absolutely nothing at all. So as soon as I take out this last guy, the gate should open and I am free to plunder this castle's treasures. So they'll pour out in front of me with a large victory sign coming up, and I'm triumphantly taking out this castle. Now, the thing I found is when you give people, when you rate the castle, you get a reward, which is always very handy, just to pick up a few extra coins. So that was my good old knight, and I'll switch over to the archer and see if I can find a nice little place. So each one of these, I'll give you a quick description of what's out here. So you have AI based castles, which are always the same. They give you a certain amount of loot, XP and XP, whereas you have player castles, which depending on how much money they have will give you certain amounts. So you can try and pick off some of the big guys who have a ridiculous amount of money sitting around, or you can stick to the AIs where you just know what you're getting and you know that it's not going to kill your hero and cost you a lot in potions, etc. Potions are rather expensive in this game, and I think it's one of the things they should bring down in price, but I suppose that's the cost of trying to get a massive loot. So, just got back, my internet dropped, so we'll be able to get this archer out again for you guys. So we'll just head back to Bone Zone, and we'll check out. So this is another AI castle that I'm running through. They're just nice and simple. So the archer is of course our ranged guy, and yeah, he just tends to plow through guys nicely. So I've got a short range for speedy bow on, and here's lots of things that keep the enemy away from you, which is very handy. Not just some of the time as well. So here's a lot of AoE damage, depending on what skills you pick, which is really nice. It's good for picking up small crowds, and yeah, it just keeps everyone out of your way. So he just likes picking targets off from far, and then if the target's coming close range, he's got a lot to deal with the melee characters in this as well, so it's always handy. And you've got a lot of escaping abilities as well, which is top notch. So yeah, this game's quite, for a beta at the moment, it's got quite nice graphics. Not the best I've seen, but definitely quite up there for a dungeon crawler. Reminds me quite a bit of the Torchlight graphics. Yeah, it's just a really nice game. It's got a really nice engine. And I just really enjoy it. Spent so many hours just looting other people's castles, bringing joy each time I did it. So definitely worth the $9 American to get into the beta, or if you've got free beta access, then lucky you. So yeah. So you can completely customize your characters with the loot that you pick up, and of course you've got all the skills that you get as well. So they've really added quite a nice range of things to do. It's especially good if you're into your dungeon crawlers such as Diablo 3, Torchlight 2 and Path of Exile that's just come out from Home Sweet Home here in New Zealand. I'm hoping tomorrow to do a quick review on Path of Exile for you guys who haven't really seen it yet. Of course, for all my fellow Kiwis, it's made over here, so support your homeland. It's a free to play game. Very well designed, very well done. And yeah, hopefully I'll get that out to you guys tomorrow. But here's happy looting to everyone, and a nice wintry theme for everyone who's up in the Northern Hemisphere at the moment. Thank you guys heaps for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll see you on here sometime.